I made myself a promise a while ago to try and not work Saturday and Sunday and just have like 2 days per week where I'm not here in the harbor, not in the studio, but it's just not happening. Today is Sunday, back to work again. Although I'm trying to just keep it to half a day of work, but more intense, trying to get as much as possible done. Still working on the very, very last album songs, just like tweaking, mixing, all that kind of stuff. Not really that exciting, not really something I need to share, but there is something else I'm really excited about today. My new song, About You, that was just released almost 2 months ago, just reached 400,000 plays on Spotify, which is amazing. That's the best start to any of my releases ever. Really proud of it. If you haven't checked it out yet, I'll link it down below in the description if you want to go, support it, check it out. And it's really crazy if you think about it. Like 4 years ago, I started my own project, started sharing here on YouTube my journey as a DJ and producer. And it started with making absolutely no money, having no gigs, having no possibilities, nothing really working for me. And now having steady releases with good streams. And I mean, yeah, the touring part is cancelled due to the virus crisis shit going on. So no gigs this summer, no festivals, no clubs. But this way I at least got a little more time here in the studio making music.
Can't help but take it farther. I'm breathing underwater.
Another track, like 80% finished. The direction is clear, the sound is there, the vocal is there. It's the one that you just heard. I love it. It's still a little too close to Sunglasses at Night, so I might have to tweak it, change it. But I'll actually ask like a specialized lawyer for musical kind of stuff. They're like specialized guys that listen to music and analyze the notes and tell you if it might be a problem. I don't actually really know, but so far, yeah, I'm digging the style, and I think that's the most important of any kind of song. And since I made myself that promise to not work as much during the weekend, I will now just cut it short and do another edition of Q&A. The first question is how to grow the audience in the beginning. The very beginning in your music career, I'd say family and friends is like your best start. Convince them. If they love what you do, they will start telling other people about it. Every time you meet someone, tell them what you're actually doing. Ask people for help. Don't be ashamed. Ask people to share your stuff. And yeah, slowly grow, evolve, and offer something that other people can't. Either an entertainment value, something added, something interesting, something unique, something special, something that no one else has, or just make something that is really good. If you're just making mediocre, average kind of stuff, it's hard to stand out. So first, make sure your skills are there, and then try to reach as many people as possible. And yeah, the audience will come naturally. Is the kick always the loudest part in a mix? This highly depends on the musical style. For electronic dance music, it's usually the biggest element. Not necessarily the loudest, but it has the lowest frequencies and the highest amount, so it takes up the most space of a mix, usually kick or bass or like both together. How old were you when you started DJing, producing music? DJing with like my first equipment, the first training at home with like 13, 14 years old. The first gig, 14 to 15 years old. And music production actually a little later, like I think 4, 5 years later. And the first release is maybe 8 years ago. So already a while. How do I upload a mix on SoundCloud and YouTube without copyright strike? Yeah, that's something really annoying, especially now, because a lot of people, a lot of DJs that are basically unemployed do a lot of live streaming, and Facebook is killing all of the live streams. The only method is to either play only your own music, or the music of your label if you own one, or of friends that are also artists and allow you to use it. Or the sneaky way would be to pre-test the songs. So for example, I made a summer mixtape last year and I also released it on YouTube. And I had my track list, uploaded the entire track list to YouTube and waited for YouTube to analyze it. Then I got an email back with which of those songs got copyright striked. I think out of 20, there were like 3. And with copyright strike, I mean like they are blocked. The entire video got blocked because of those 3 tracks. I don't know why people do that, but the people that release the music can decide what happens with it. They can decide for it's blocked in certain countries, or it's not blocked and they monetize it, or what actually never happens, it's allowed to freely be used on YouTube. So you just pre-upload the songs just in a row, see which ones of them get hit, and delete those. Then you make your mix, upload it, and you should be safe and ready to go. Of course, you won't make any money with it, which is natural. This is not your music, but at least people will be able to listen to that mix. Is your daily vlog kind of therapeutic? Does it help with artist-related mental health? Yes, actually a lot, actually. Like, it's helping me to stay focused, because I make a video every day of what I do, so I have to do something. I share the process of my songs, and I always feel a little pressure to advance on the song, which is also really good. I got some people to talk to that do something very similar, that feel the same and do the same. So yeah, it's highly motivational. It's helping a lot, actually. I think even that the benefits of doing it are right now bigger than the time I spent making these videos, so I keep on doing it. Like, it's a positive thing, because some people always tell me stop vlogging, concentrate on making more music, but I think I would actually make less music without vlogging about it. So at least for me, this is really working out, and I hope all of you are enjoying it. When will be new music out? The next song that will be released will be Due to You, the one with the trumpet, hopefully within the next 2 months. And then Underwater, the one that I'm working on right now, which is actually a collaboration remix. And then I got 5 more ready, half ready, 3/4 ready. It's complicated, but there will be every 2 months something. Can you make a video with Vanessa making a track? I'll ask her, but I don't think she will agree. Where do you see yourself in 5 years? That's a tough one. I'm honestly at the point where I'm really happy with everything I do. I make music, I make videos, and that's basically it, and I enjoy it. There is sometimes some business stuff that is annoying, so I hope to grow my label, grow the YouTube channel, grow my fan base, grow the place on my songs. So everything as it is, just a little bigger, which is really nice and fine. I absolutely love what I'm doing. What grand piano VST would you recommend? I personally use Contact, the Grandeur, whatever it is called. I also know by Spectre Sonics the sound keyscape is really good, but I don't have it yet. I got a lot of questions if I'm open for a collaboration, but I honestly only work with people together that I know in person, where I know we get along, because working on a track together means working together for hours and hours and hours, and getting along and just understanding each other, I think is like the first and most important step. So random people just asking me that I don't know in person, no. Definitely no. How is your label doing? At the moment, we didn't release for 3-4 months now, which mainly has to do with us actually not getting a whole lot of demos, or at least not good demos. So if you have a song and you think it's good, down below in the description is the link where you can submit a demo, release on our label, and get hopefully as many plays as I get at the moment. And like the past 2 weeks, we got 4 or 5 songs where I'm interested in signing them, like talking to the artist back and forth, trying to develop a plan, social media, and also how to grow them as artists, and hopefully get those songs signed. Like since this virus thing started, we're definitely getting more demos. What do you think about mixing in mono? I know a lot of people recommend it to mix in mono and then do the stereo stuff later on. I personally think it's just like twice the work, because you mix it, then do the stereo stuff, then readjust it. I don't think there is any benefit, at least for me, but some people seem to have success with it. I think it's a matter of just trying it out and like checking for yourself if it works. When do you think this shitty situation will be over? Like completely over? With all of the economic stuff that is still ahead of us, and all the trouble and recession and everyone losing their job, back to as it was before, probably 3 to 5 years, like 100% back to normal. Last question for today: does releasing on small or big labels matter? Because I've seen songs on Universal stuck at 200k. You see, this is something really important. There are some small labels out there that are very, very good at making a lot of plays on Spotify, which is at the moment the smartest you could do. And there are some really, really big labels that haven't figured it out yet, or they know how it's done, but they don't do it for their artists, especially major labels. All they do is securing talent, so they sign people to them and then just wait. They sign 50 people and wait. 49 of them will just fail and they don't care, and they still leave you in their contract, so you can't do anything. And one of them will blow up, become really big, and the second this process of becoming big starts, they will push more money towards that person and support them. But like the initial step is yours to make. They won't do it for you. So if you see a big label releasing a song and it just making a tiny amount of plays, it's usually the label not doing anything. They just put it up there and wait. And the artist probably would have gotten the same just releasing by themselves or on another label. Like this entire Spotify thing is like just making a good song because it's based on what people actually listen to, which I think is actually fair. And then like at the beginning making sure that like an initial amount of people actually hear it, trigger the algorithm so that it gets like points that it's a good song, it gets pushed to more people, they also like it, and this way you build up a hit nowadays. Marketing is still important, but not as much as back in the days because the algorithm is taking care of it. It's a pretty fair system, but yeah, you have to make quality stuff and push it as much as possible. And if you have a lot of pushing power, you can start making bad songs again and still push them because you have a big fan base. It's all about how many people actually listen to it. If they listen to it because it's good or because they're just addicted to it because they hear it everywhere, that's a whole nother story. But I think the big labels are losing more and more power. You can have a hit on any kind of label. You can have bad songs with almost no plays on any kind of label. Big label, small label, major label, it doesn't matter. It's really not anymore guaranteed that if you release with a major label that you will reach anything. It's really up to the song and you as an artist to deliver the entire package of the brand, you, your fan base, what you do, the music you make. If all of this is done well together at the same time and you have a little bit of luck, then yes, you'll advance. Anyways, that's it. Tomorrow back here in the studio, another episode, probably all about music creation, production, because again, I need to finish those songs as soon as possible. Thanks a lot for watching. If you have any questions, just leave them down below in the comments, and yeah, see you tomorrow.